Guys, I'm Nayantara reporting for ET Now. Today I'm bringing you a story to do with startups and banking. That's right, banking. Usually we talk about startups and we talk about venture capital firms, private equity firms, but today we're going to talk about banking. And why is that? Well, because the country's largest bank, SBI, has opened a branch dedicated to startups. It's a branch meant only for startups, offering a whole gamut of services just for startups. Where is this branch located? Well, if it's dedicated to startups, it has to be in Bengaluru, right? Which is, of course, the startup hub of India, often called Silicon Valley of India. This branch, in fact, is going to be in Mangla, which is so close to HSR layout, as well as Indira Nagar. So if you want to get really geographically specific, that's where most of the startups are housed from when we talk about Bengaluru. The branch was, in fact, launched and opened by the SBI chairman, Dinesh Khara. What, the timing is, of course, very, very interesting. Most founders are talking about a funding winter. The data is also pointing towards it, how funding is down. There's a winter season for funding, literally almost a freeze as much when it comes to funding. I guess SBI is seeing an opportunity over there when it comes to lending. Maybe some critics will say things are so bad that SBI has decided to open a branch, but one must have a longer term outlook as well, right? The SBI branch is going to be there not just for the winter season, hopefully will be there for the spring too, right? And the summer and any other subsequent winter season. It's a call by SBI to service this part of the ecosystem. The startup ecosystem was the most exuberant part of the economy during the COVID-19 lockdown. It is what it really led to the inflows of so many dollars in FDI as well. So what exactly will this branch have? It's saying that it's going to be dedicated to startups and for across all stages. It's saying it will cater to the entire gamut of startups' need at every stage of evolution. Apart from providing funding and regular banking services, the bank will also support startups with associated services like investment banking, treasury operations, advisory, and ancillary financial services. So as you can make out, it's a play by SBI, one, to lend, secondly, to help the startups manage their money, and also, of course, for them to ultimately IPO, right? That's every startup's dream, to IPO. And that's exactly what the press release, in fact, then goes on to talk about as well. The branch is going to house specialist officers for Forex, treasury solutions, wealth management, credit need of the startups. The bank's subsidiaries like mutual funds and custodial services will also be partnering in the initiative. Besides the startups themselves, the branch would be catering to the requirements of private equity, venture capital funds, as well as AIFs. So even for those that traditionally provide equity funding, they can also go to this branch. It's just the first branch. The plan is to open many more branches like that. That's at least what the quote of Mr. Dinesh Khara, the chairman of SBI, says. But he's actually said the initiative is just a first step in this direction, with more such branches expected to come up to lend support to startups across the country in the years ahead. So clearly, SBI making the first move, opening a branch only for startups, VCs, PEs, the entire ecosystem there in the startup hub of India. Game on. Let's see how the banks respond.